Central TV is here. We here to inform you, listen and be inspired. Central TV is here. We the best now in time. Oh, listen and be inspired. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Central TV. Veronica the boss for Central TV. She here to give you the best. Come and listen, everybody, to Central TV. We here to give.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us here today on Samdra TV. My name is Leon Twazama, and this is our weekly episode, Inside Liberia with Miss Vivian Cook. I am going to be steering you on until we have our host here available with us. We do want to apologize for the delay in coming on, where we ran into some technical difficulty. But however, we are glad to be here. So Inside Liberia is brought to you on Wednesdays, every Wednesdays at about 9 o'clock Liberian time, which is roughly 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are excited to have you, and very shortly, our uh, Inside Liberia host will be here to walk you through the happenings in and outside of Liberia. But while that is happening, we will keep informing you. We'll keep bringing you informations as we have it with Liberia and as well as the situations that are happening in the country. Again, my name is Leon Twazama. I'm honored and excited to uh captain this plane until she comes in. So without further ado, she is here now. I want to turn it over to you, Madam co-host, and then I will be right here. There you go, guys.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm in studio already. And today is Wednesday. It's the 25th, right? Yeah, it should be the 25th day of March, 2026. 2026. We are moving. We are moving. We are almost done with March. Gradually heading to April. Hey, it's a wonderful, wonderful night. Sorry, our current in Liberia got its own way of sporting things. Program that should have started 9 o'clock is starting by this time, and we are going to exhaust about 1 hour time discussing major issues. The most talk about issue this 2 or 3 weeks for the past is that of our the border crisis or the border issue. Maybe if we say crisis, it will scare people, but it is a crisis anyway. Crisis doesn't only mean to fight. Yeah, to be holding and putting over issue is a crisis. So that's our major issue and the hottest discussion on point now. The statement made by Representative Yeke Koluba of District 10, Monserrato County, and how do we see such a statement is being circulated on social media that his colleagues are resuming section session to have a special meeting. What we're hearing is they want to pull him out of the House of Representatives or suspend him for some time, and that is going to be one of the best decisions I would say ever in Liberia. It will set the stage for any other person who challenges or who tries to put our security at stake or at risk in Liberia. It's no joke that we are going through a serious security problem over there in Lofa County. No Liberian around the world who has gone through war can say they don't know or who were here during the war but we're only fighting amongst ourselves. When you and at that time, because of ignorance, the way Liberians fought their fellow Liberians, the way things went, the way things happen. Oh God, the kids who are born today should be proud that they were not born during that time or before that time. Because what we went through is difficult for us. Imagine we were young at the time and we saw how people were killed, how young people like us were murdered. You know, when rocket falling, you see people tearing into pieces, destroying people, human beings, destroying properties, destroying. That we grew up at a certain point with a traumatized mind, just among ourselves. Then you talk about going from country to country or country versus another country war. It's going to be no mercy. How many of us know how who are in Liberia right now? We got people in Liberia, yeah, right now, on security, on reconnaissance, in Morovia. We see them passing, they're all in the various towns. We see those people passing by, they're keeping ears, maybe eyes, trying to scrutinize or to follow up on our security sector to know what's happening. And all we do on this side is to make fun on Facebook, make fun on social media platforms, or we got someone who is a lawmaker, who should be a lawmaker, to help secure his state, making reckless statement, taking that time to make fun, whether he's making fun or he's being serious, and he's then making reckless statement about his state. This isn't called for. This is wrong. It's not welcoming at all. And I think even people who are in the opposition, this is not a political party thing. Anything happens to Liberia is not going to be United Party issue. It's not going to be a Joseph Yuma Boaga issue. It's going to be Liberia's issue. And if we must handle Liberian issue, we must handle a professional way. That's why the president is using all diplomatic means to see how best we cannot or should not play with our peace that we are enjoying today. Try by all means to make sure that things are handled the right way, and we can even be patient with the government on the step that they are taking. Do you know how far this is going? Just the other day, Sierra Leone's about 600 plus Sierra Leone's were deported from Guinea. Imagine Jeffrey and neighboring country to your country. They say you deported. Intermarriages, Liberians, people from Lofa, Nima are married to Guineans. Mostly in Fuda, they got women from Liberia. Men, women there got husbands from Liberia. We got children, we are intermarriage. We have a relationship. The entire Mano River Union, we have a relationship. Guinea has been nice to Liberia. Liberia has been nice to Guinea. This kind of crisis is beginning. The country is making all efforts to make sure that this thing is curtailed in a diplomatic form, in a peaceful form, so that all of us can continue to enjoy the peace we are enjoying today. And then a lawmaker will come up and make sweeping statement that he has no proof of, and then he wants to come back on the same platform to deny what he said. Do you think he's helping the country? Yega is not helping the country in any way. I'm not seeing anything valuable that Yega has done in our house of anything. Every day there's some kind of noise for someone who should be making law. Three cardinal reasons why you are there. I'm sure a station, a crisis, or contributing negatively to the government is not a part of the three cardinal reasons. And he knows that. Liberians, let's take our issue seriously. This thing is a no joke stuff. No joke about it. Use your social media page for peace. Use it to encourage peace. We don't know if we put ourselves in a position for war, we don't know how it's going to be. Use your social media page wisely. We continue to call on people. We continue to caution Liberians. We will continue to caution blog or citizen journalists, people who just copy news and just start spreading it because somebody said it with no proof. Use your social media page wisely when it comes to this crisis. I was in conversation with one of our colleagues from Sierra Leone. She should have been on this land tonight. If not that, we came all late because of our current status. The LEC wasn't available at the time when the program should have started. She would have been on this line tonight to give the Sierra Leone's version of how they are taking things, how the media is going about handling the situation there in Sierra Leone. But hopefully we'll try next Wednesday again and ask her to come in so that she can just give a position on how the media is handling this same situation in Sierra Leone. The media there is restricted. Only the president of the Sierra Leone press union or the Sierra Leone Journalists Association, the press there is restricted on what to talk about. Whether you seriously journalist or not, you can just go and just talk rubbish about your country and you just go free. You be held responsible for what you do or what you say. We went there, we saw it. The information ministry there is watching journalists to say something just like that on radio or on social media. You need to be responsible, yeah. Even those of you who say are citizen journalists, you need to be responsible. Other than that, we now manage crisis in Liberia. We will not manage the situation in Liberia. We got to be mindful to be able to manage the situation we are going through. I've been reading several articles this week from professional journalists giving their views on the issue, critics sharing their views on the issue. I think almost everyone is in the interest of Liberia. Everyone is calling for peace, knowing very well what it takes for a country to go to war with another country. It wasn't easy for Liberia to go against Liberia, war against ourselves wasn't easy. So what more about war against another country? My people, the best we can do for ourselves is to continue to preach peace message, is continue to support the president as he uses the dialogue method. Let's use that method, dialogue. Let's continue to use it. Ah, continue to use the dialogue method for us to get what we want. For us to get what we want, use the dialogue method. If we sit here and allow ourselves to just go into war, it's going to be bad. And I don't think we want that. Everything that you are still struggling to rebuild, why do you think we will want to just allow it to go like that? How many years it took Liberia to straighten herself? How long it took us to even have electricity in this country after the war? See how long it took to build roads. How long? Can you imagine that? If we got to go through all of this and we still trying to straighten up, we have not reached the stage that we want to reach as a country. And we here talking about if Guinea bring it to us, we can do this, we can do that. What do we want to do? We have not even reached the stage that we ought to be. We are still sitting here looking for ways that we Liberians can build this country. We are still here looking for ways to build this country. Please, my people, let us not drag ourselves in the mud. Let us not try to drag ourselves in the mud. Because we don't know how it's going to be like. Let us not put pressure on the government, but rather work with them. I'm so impressed with the level of cooperation, even the superintendent of Lofa County is, we must admit and we must commend him for his work. The superintendent of Lofa County is doing well. The citizens there are peaceful. They are trying their best to hold on while they look forward to national government to do the rest. And the government is working on that. This thing is not a one day thing. We don't know what it's leading to, we don't know where it's heading to, we don't know where it's coming from, but we know we are hearing about the river, or we know that the Makona River will discuss it. You may not know the details. You may not know where are other factors, whether there are other factors, and what the other factors will lead to. You may not know all of that. I may not know all of that. We don't know what the next target will be. But it is about the security of a state. The Justice Minister issued a statement the other day. Everything he said, again, he talked about us being peaceful and looking forward to the government. Rome wasn't built in one day's time. And look, there will come a time that we, the media practitioners in this country, should have a serious, or come with a serious statement that if anybody who's a journalist or citizen journalist tries to give misinformation, disinformation, or threaten the peace of this country, that they should be banned from using airspace. I'm so very sorry that the social media doesn't use the airspace like the traditional media, like the radio station does, to see whether people can cut them off for that suspend them, or some of them are not registered or PL to suspend membership and all of that. But to me, we need people to start working on those kind of things right now. And if anything happens in the House of Representatives, like impeachment or suspension for Yege Koruba, we will endorse it, we highly endorse it. In fact, we look forward to hear from the representatives what they are going to do to him. Because that is not a place to play. Okay, yeah, you call yourself playful representative, no problem. You can make sweeping statement, no problem. But you can't make sweeping statement when it comes to security things. You can't make kind of sweeping statement like that when it comes to security issue. You got to be responsible because we hold you by every word you say. To be telling the country that the land belongs to Guinea. You know you do your research, you start with people according to you. You start with people, you do your research, and the land belongs to Guinea. So Guinea has to come get the land. And you turn around and brave have the guts to go back and say you didn't say it, you were only saying that Tomoya said, President Tomoya said this and that. Why will you even come to think about such argument? And you even claim that people from Lofa, people in Lofa know that they learn for Guinea. Are you not selling your country to Guinea? Is that the only way you can help to settle the matter? Is that the only way you can help to look into the situation? Because I remember, if any other person can remember, that is far from being helpful. That is far from being helpful. You're not helping the country. Why are you elected? If you can help, why are you elected? War is not a joke. Right now, the security in Liberia, the eyes got to be sharp. The eyes got to be sharp. We said it last time, we made it clear. We said there were too many incidents where a group of Islamic people just be gathered at one place. Strange ones will just gather at one place and sit down there. We talk about the bomb incident in the village where they were caught by the town chief. We talked about it here. It raised suspicion. We talked about the Canyonsville table mock open incident where one blogger partly recorded them in that big fence. In that place, that fence is familiar, it's on the road. We don't know whether police or any security apparatus have been there or are keeping eye. We can talk everything about security, but we just encourage them to. We talk about Burkinabe invading into Liberia, saying there are farmers in Nima, Grenchide, and River G, Pala River G, where they are all on the borderlands, saying they came to plant cocoa. They are farmers. All of those things are happening just in time. And then the next thing, we are in border crisis with Guinea. Another young man saw a group of guys walking with the Arab wrap on the head. Nobody know where they came from, but they are walking freely in Liberia. With all of those things happening, then we got one representative who will come on and say they left for Guinea. So Joseph Pakama get the border land because he's doing illegal money on it. How can you make such a sweeping statement you have no proof of? You have no proof of what you say. How can you make such a statement? A whole lawmaker for the country. How do you make such a statement? How do you want people to take you? How do people see you? How do people see you, dear? How do you want the Liberians to take you? Who says you can just make any kind of statement about your own country like that? Yeah, you're so careless and so rough that you just say things without thinking that it has consequences that come with it. You are a lawmaker, for heaven's sake. The best interest you should ever push is your country. If you can push your country's interest, who gonna push it for you? Or everything you want to take it to be fun because you next thing you will say you are making fun. Liberia nowadays, if I the whole world, it just to say a word, you should wash up what you say. Because before you can think, it's been analyzed in different forms by different category of people. Religious people interpret it differently. Tribal people, traditional people interpret it differently. Political people interpret it differently. The media people, the citizen journalists, all interpret it differently. And before you can think what you really meant to say is gone beyond and has escalated into something else. And that because you feel you don't owe anybody explanation, but you get caught by you will only like report explanation for your statement. You owe us explanation. You owe us the entire country, not just the Shwete Mosurale. You owe us. And we will make sure that the House of Representatives will take a decision on you. Something cannot silence you. At least something cannot silence you a little bit. Or something cannot put you into check as a lawmaker to refine you. Something has to refine you. So they can say, like, brother, just elect anybody. Something has to refine the person you should be, a lawmaker. Any decision the House of Representatives comes away, we will publish it, we will act on it, we will share the information, and we will make sure that people will know you for who you are. You can't be a lawmaker and be putting the state at risk, knowing all the security implications that come with what is happening around the world, knowing for everything that's happening around the world, and you say you want to embarrass Liberia or embarrass our country or distort the peace, or you want to say that Joseph Human Baga's government has failed because he could not secure a space or he could not keep his relationship in the manner river union. Do you know what's happening in Freetown? Do you know how people are taking it? Do you know how many Sierra Leoneans were just caught out of their homes according to the news in Sierra Leone, grabbed, put into pickup trucks, and just sent back to the border, pushed them across the border without anything. Somebody had lucrative jobs there. Somebody have family. Somebody are intermarried to people from Guinea. The implication of those things, you know what is happening right now. What we need to be thinking about. Who knows who knows the number of Liberians who reside in Guinea right now, and the ones who are on a deportation list. Who knows whether they even got a list for them, or they just going to grab them the same way they grab Sierra Leoneans and send them home. Who knows? What are the next move of the people in in Guinea? What the next move? You are sitting here and you, a lawmaker, instead of helping Liberia's situation, you are then making stupid statement, putting Liberia at risk. Several others who are blockers, who are just citizens, who just use their Facebook page and put Liberia at risk and say things that are not necessary, that the government is not even thinking about. What do we want to fight for? Why do we want to fight? Liberia doesn't want to fight any war with Guinea. We don't want to fight any war at all. We had it at our throat, and that was only us. See how bitter we were against each other. See how bitter Liberians were against each other. Even today, a lot of people, thousands of people have not healed. Thousands of people have not healed. If you ask them today, they will tell you, I have not healed from the 1990 war. Another person will tell you, you saw recently when the senator of Lima County died, Senator Prince Johnson. Do you how many persons rejoiced over his death? Somebody said it was even too late. Do you know how many persons when Chief Dr. Joel Howard Taylor's son died? Do you know how many persons rejoiced saying how the former President Charles Taylor did this, that? People are still bitter in this country against each other. People are still bitter. The fact that the TRC didn't come through, people are very bitter. We have been seeing it. They made so much fun out of Senator Prince Johnson's death. Even young Philip, people say a lot of things when the former vice president lost a son. Say yeah, they pay for the he pay for his father's debt. He pay for his father's crime. This and the other. We are still hurt and we are still against each other in this country since 1990 and since the war ended in 2003. The fact that the TRC did not heal children who were not born during the war, who their parents or some survivor just told them the story of how their grandparents and their parents died or their grandparents died. They have that in mind. They have been they have been showing that attitude. Very young black parents will go to YouTube and search for the video that former President Doe was murdered by Senator Prince Johnson, and they will say a lot of things. They said a lot of things by that. That is the time I knew that Liberia still needs to be healed from Senator Prince Johnson's death. I knew that Liberia has a problem. There are people there still hurting, and they need to be healed. And then we are still looking at that. It has not gone anywhere. Still fighting to mend broken pieces. Still fighting to build relationship. Still fighting for infrastructural development. Still struggling for even our economy to be straightened up. And you sit there as a whole lawmaker to say the land for Guinea after all your research, the land for Guinea, so Guinea people can protect their land. And you are even brave to say you're not making new land because you think that's a slang from President Parker's move. You think it's a joke? You think that is a joke? The number of people that are fighting in this country to be healed for everything, not only in this country, Liberians all over the world. Everybody had a story to post when the senator died, Senator Prince Johnson. I followed every one of them, especially people who I know, talk about their different kinds of stories. What happened to them? No, some of them he died before they said we forgive him. Then just imagine that only Liberia one was just fighting among ourselves. We put it down small. It's small Liberian English. We're just fighting among ourselves. And people can't heal up to now. They still got crushed. They still don't want to see certain people children. They still think they cry people or they kill people or they manipulate this or that. They can't go from country to country war. Let's try and see whether it will only be Liberia and Guinea. Let's see whether it will not extend. Let's see whether it will not have packings. If it doesn't take a Muslim and Christian war. We don't want it. We don't want that in our country. We don't want that. The Justice Minister was clear. He said they will continue. He said it at the Information Ministry press briefing. He said we'll continue to use the diplomatic means. We'll use dialogue because that is what best for us now. The people who are saying it are not people who saying it because they are cowards. They are saying it because Liberia has already gone through a lot. And neighboring Guinea was very supportive of us. So whatever is going on, we know that the government or the two governments will come together one day. The people who live in those towns and villages are very peaceful people. All the surrounding towns around Foya, where the Karamakona River, the people are very peaceful. They are very patient. They are patient minded. And that is why they are sitting over there and we are praying for them daily. They are also praying and cooperating with the government. And that is what they will continue to do. That is what we should be looking forward to. As much as that, We are also calling on our Guinean brothers and sisters living in Liberia to try and come up with a statement to talk to their government. We are looking forward to their embassy here to say something because you may not know when the table will turn. You may not know when the table will turn. Most of the Guineans in Liberia here, they may have resident permit. Some of them will say, oh, we Liberia will born our children here. But they need to come up with a statement also. This is not a one-sided thing. It's not a one-sided thing. It could affect anybody. You don't know who will be the victim. We don't know who will be the victim. So we would like to call on our Muslim brothers and sisters, especially from Guinea, residing in Liberia. The ambassador of Guinea to Liberia, the Guineans living here on resident permit to come together and make a statement. It is for all of us good. War doesn't affect one group of people, no matter who be the first to attack. No matter who is the first to attack, war is not good, and you don't know who's going to be the most victim. It is about all of us. It is not just about the citizens of Liberia. It is about all of us. As much as we keep being patient, we keep looking up to the government, we keep trying our best to keep the peace. You from Guinea residing in Liberia, it is also your obligation to join hands with us in keeping this peace. It is your obligation to move to your embassy, make a statement that this thing should stop. Where they are, it should stop. Because it's everybody's business. It's everybody's business. That is why we will continue to come on our show and talk about the peace. Every day when there is a new development, we'll come up with a statement. Every day there's a new development, we'll say something about it. Because we want Liberia to be peaceful. We've just started enjoying the peace. We just started trying to develop the country. We just started. Since we are proud that since after the war, we can say that we have three former presidents. President Taylor though he's in the Hague in prison, or but he's alive. We got Mana Salif, who is a free for 1 year passing around doing her normal businesses. We are so proud of her. We can say the best of all, she has done well, and I'm sure she also actively involved in making sure that this peace remains. Former President George Weah is here doing his own thing. He's going everywhere freely. He's not under any tension. None of our former presidents are under any tension. They are living here happily. President Boaga goes everywhere, goes anywhere with nobody or trying to attack the president. It's a free country. I have a lot of people here doing their own businesses, a lot of foreigners, aliens, all of us, we are working together. We are intertwined some kind of way, we are connected. And this little parcel of land should not be something that will bring up a serious crisis at the borders of these places. We should not allow this little crisis to stop us from being who we are in Liberia or who we are in West Africa. I think maybe it's time for the West Africa, the ECOWAS to come in. It's time for the AU to come in. If the MRU, the Manual Law Union, is not meeting its goal, maybe we can extend to ECOWAS. Maybe we can extend to AU Start seeking help from international community that this region should be a peaceful region, free from any form of war because we don't know how far the war will go. We don't know how it will end. We don't even want it to start before we get to know how it will end. All we want is a peaceful Liberia. And to make sure of that, we have to continue to engage our citizens. We need to continue to read articles posted up by people. This is no joke. Read articles, read people's view. Yeah. I read a view of Councillor Tume, Clark Tume. He was clear when he laid down some rules and what one can do. I read a view of journalist James Kwabo. Look, go online and read some of those people's views about this crisis. Let us not go and try anything. Yeah, again, we will make sure we will advocate, we will push, don't make us for you to be suspended from the House of Representatives. Because it's like it's tying down. Who knows? Who knows how far your statement has reached? Who knows if somebody who is from Lofa County and is a lawmaker in the country can be brave to come out and say, after doing his research, the place is forgetting. It's in yellow. Even describing it and all. What do you expect? How do you expect for your citizens, your own brothers and sisters from Lofa to see you? How do you expect your own family members to say you from Lofa County? How do you expect people to see you? Are you not putting the people there at risk? Are you not putting the entire country at risk? And you want to come out to say, no, I didn't say so? Please, you can't be putting the country at risk at your expense or at the expense where you can say, I'll do it because I anti-government. If you anti-government, stay on your lane as anti-government. But when it comes to security issue, we Liberians should act like Liberians. We Liberians should not act like we anti-government for any reason. Anti-government must not reach to this stage. It must not reach to this stage. Just so you know, if you anti-government and there is a crisis coming to you or you foresee something that will not be good for your country, you should join the force. You think Guinea got opposition? But do you think that if this escalates into something, you think the opposition will sit down there and say, no, we are opposition, so we'll sit here? Don't do that to Liberia. I don't think your country deserves it. So we will sit here and we will talk about you. We will talk about anyone who tries to humble our peace that we are enjoying. We'll talk about anyone who thinks Liberia should not enjoy the peace that it has suffered for because it is Joseph Iman Boga's government. No. We'll encourage you meet and PL will. If it calls for us to go to PL for a serious meeting dialogue, we should start closing down some Facebook pages by force, especially the ones that call themselves blogger or citizen journalists. We need to start doing that. We need to start doing that. So this peace that we are enjoying today and that we are talking about today can last. We got our children, their future lies ahead. Where do we run if there is a crisis? Why do we want for it to become a crisis anyway? Why do we want to fight? We call it only Guineans living here. Let us work together. Let's look forward to our two governments. Let's work together. In fact, the three countries, let's work together. This thing, we should continue to engage each other objectively so that it cannot escalate into anything that will make us to be uncomfortable in our own country. Here on the stream, we're going to put our number to call. If you want to be a part of this show, you can call us. Our number is on the stream. And at the same time, if you want to make a contribution to our show, we have 15 minutes to go. If you want to make a contribution, don't forget to either call on a number on the screen, or you can send your views to our Facebook or YouTube page, and then we can contact you from there, or we can collect you from there to put you on the show. So we take a 1 minute musical break, and when we come back, we will search for those who want to call and be a part of tonight's show on Inside Liberia. The program is Inside Liberia.
Come that listing, enjoy the show. Come that listing to Soundtrack TV. We the best in time. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Soundtrack TV. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up to Soundtrack TV. Veronica the boss for Soundtrack TV. She here to give you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Central TV.
I love to
Central TV is here. We here to inform.
Okay. Welcome back to Samtra TV. And the program is Inside Liberia. Inside Liberia, we discuss varieties of issues in the country. And you know, Samtra TV is on YouTube and on Facebook. So that's very impressive. That's good to know. So we're looking forward to you to join us. Every day we have something to offer on Samtra TV. Like our page on Facebook, on YouTube, and become our fan. And one day you will have the opportunity to win something good. And then another thing we would love to share with you is that when you subscribe to Sandra TV, we have our fan base page where you can be a part, you can support like us from any part of the world where you are. Share our video, share our YouTube page, share our Facebook page, and that will help us to generate some funds, and at the same time that will help us to be popular because we are new, but we are all in the business of media. My name is Vivian Cook. So if I'm back on the program tonight, we're discussing the security situation and how you get called by. I want to say honorable sometimes. I say, but why what's honorable about Koluba when he can bring a whole country to public ridicule like this? He can embarrass the state to this extent, talking about if the country or the parcel of land belongs to Guinea, and so Guinea came to get the land and all the kind of those statement. I just want you to listen to him, what he says, and also at the same time you can listen to what he said he was trying to say. He didn't say it, but now this is Liberia. By the time you say one thing, people grab it up and they look at you to see whether you coming to deny it or not. So we're gonna look at it. Yeah, let me go to where we have it quickly so that you can listen to what he said, and I'm going to put it on my. I'm going to put it on.
Is in the yellow. People from Lofa are aware, they are informed.
I want to start it again.
And instead, we need to be very frank with the Liberian people. First, they need to tell the Liberian people that from my information, from my survey that I have done, that place is for the Guineans. Remember what I'm saying today. Mark this and remember it. We had an argument today. We were plenty. People from Lofa were there. And people from Lofa know very well that that place, when you look at the map, that place is in the yellow. That particular place the Guinea are is in the yellow. People from Lofa are aware, they are informed, they are convinced. It started from somewhere. When we try to say, oh, you can say the level Guinea, I didn't say so. I said Mr. Burger is aware that Doya told him that the water, to man our water, we will come into Liberia. And also will keep coming into Liberia along the border land until they reach to where the water is standing, that got border with Liberia. Oh yeah. And instead we need to be very friendly.
So you see the contradiction in his own statement after he swear. How can a lawmaker make a statement like that? Then you come back to say it didn't say so. You say it is like this, and Tomoya say when you and Tomoya spoke about something, you said it on the very spoon talk. You said it on the very spoon talk that the land you got after all your research, the land is for Guinea, it's in yellow, and all of that, and how President Boaka is mining on the people water illegally. He said a whole lot. He said a whole lot. You can't be that fast. You're a lawmaker. You can't be that fast to speak. You can't be that fast. And you see, when the spoon talk is a big platform. We are trying one day to grow up to become like the spoon talk that we can say. That we can say. We can spend 3-4 hours here discussing issues. Yes, and we are working towards that. You understand? But when you come on these kind of platforms, remember that you are not alone. It's an open platform. The world is watching you. So whatever you say, you got to be held responsible for what you say on these kind of shows. You got to be held liable for what you say. You can't come over here and make a statement like that, put your country at risk, even involve the president that he's mining on somebody's water illegally and making millions of dollars. You have said enough of these things. So go to the House of Representatives and prove that in front of your friends. Prove that in front of your colleagues. Let's see if you can prove them. Because those are things that you said. Honorable Koluba, oh yeah, Koluba, you are wrong. Go there and prove them. When I say you're wrong, until you are proving. So go to let a special session be a big call and go there. And when you get there, talk like a representative. Don't start to insult like what you should do. Because if you don't have answer for the things you say, or you don't want to be responsible for what you say, you shouldn't put it into abuse. Start to be very abusive and reckless in a session and walk away. But this time around, there's a serious security issue, and we almost take it seriously. This Liberia is all we have. People go to other countries, stay 10, 15 years. At the end of the day, they start calling people here, please find piece of land for me, because this is where they have. At the end of the day, they start fighting to build 2 rooms, 3 rooms. One day, you see they're coming home. So you not just get out and spoil a little piece that we enjoy, only because you think that it is honor President Boaka's region. Honor President Boaka's region, we're not going to fight any country. We will continue to hold peaceful dialogue. And we, the media people, especially on Sandra TV, will continue to discuss and preach peace messages to the people. However we want to do it, one of it is by being on the show. It's by being on the show tonight. You understand? If you want to make a contribution on this program, our number is on the screen. We have 5 minutes to go on our program, and in our 5 minutes, we hoping that you can come up and make your contribution by saying what you want to say, whatever you want to contribute, whatever way you want to make a statement or ask a question, so that we can pick up from there. The number is on the screen. You can use it on WhatsApp. Even if you are in the US, you can use it on direct and call on the show tonight, and we you will be live. And also, you can send your statement or your contribution to our Facebook or our YouTube channel, and then we can pick you up from there or respond to whatsoever you would love to know. So we want to take the last 5 minutes to see how best we can check our YouTube channel and check our Facebook page to see who's there and what's any question there that you want us to answer. If you want or your contribution is there, we can read it out quickly. Okay. All right, so our studio coordinator is there, Mr. Leon Twazama. Studio coordinator is there. Anything there for us to look at in the next 3 minutes?
Yes, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
So we're going to read the comments as it came out on the show while discussing. So Mr. Amos Pay, he said, "Thank you so much for the topic on the discussion, and you're absolutely right." And then shout out to Miss Kim Eileen Williams. She said, "Thanks for the information." And Mrs. Chandra Watson, she said, "Thank you." And then moving on to Miss Raj Macmillan, she said we need to pray for both countries, and I believe those countries mentioned or not mentioned were are Liberia and Guinea. And then Mr. Cara Brown said he's also sending his prayers to both country. Mr. Williams, Mr. Lawrence Spencer, he said it is a very serious situation. I think he's talking about the land dispute situation between Liberia and Guinea. Then Mr.
Sure.
Spencer also said that we will pray, and he's also watching from Atlanta, Georgia. And he said once we pray, God's going to answer. And Mrs. Veronica Graham said he's crazy. I think that was talking about in regards to Honorable Kaluba, and he does not know how he
Yeah,
wants to.
yeah, okay.
He does not know how to play. And then lastly, he's not man enough to take responsibility. So far so good. That's all we have for our comment section, and there is no call at this time.
Thank you very much. That's our able studio coordinator who is always willing to coordinate things there, Leon Asama. Thank you for your swift response. So, as you see, that's what we want prayers for our countries. That's what we need to unite. I'm talking about the Guineans in Liberia, the Sierra Leoneans, both in Liberia and Sierra Leone and Guinea, Liberians in Guinea and Sierra Leone, Guineans in Liberia and Sierra Leone. We all are just intertwined. We need to unite and let this thing pass over us. Let this thing that the devil is bringing to us, let it pass over us. Let it not be our portion. Let us not even go to that place or to that extent, because all of us, these three countries, have faced serious war before amongst themselves. It has not been easy. So we don't want a repeat of what we have been going through anymore. So we'll continue to pray and we'll continue to look at our diplomatic cloud to see how best the people up there are trying to handle these things, so that we can be able to enjoy the peace that the region is enjoying. The entire ECOWAS is enjoying the peace in West Africa, and we want to continue that. The manner we were our three countries, we've been enjoying, we've been hand in hand, and we want that to continue. We want that to continue. We want all of us to have a peaceful home. Yes, Liberians are married to Guineans, want them to be together, because if a home is broken because of this, What's happening is sad. It's sad. It's going to be sad. Imagine if a Liberian man is married to a Guinean woman, somebody from Guinea, a woman from Guinea, and this thing is happening. His country is affected. Her country is affected. They discouraged. They got children in between. What do we do? What do we do is the question I'm going to leave you guys with as we call it a good night tonight on the show Inside Liberia on Samtra TV. The platform is on YouTube and Facebook. So welcome, my name is Vivian Cook. Vivian Cook is my name. You're always welcome to join us. Good night. Thank you,
Gentlemen.
Have a wonderful
It
evening.
is time for the Central TV.
I love to
Central TV.